Greetings, grasshoppers. Hello. I am so happy you're here today. My name is RJ Redden. This is the bot signal. I know I've played around with a lot of names for this show. The bot signal one. Welcome to the bot signal. Today, we're going to talk about podcasting and bots and how those fit right together. So fantastic. I've been asked a lot about this particular topic. As always, that's usually how my topics come up. How can bots help live streamers? How can they help podcasters? How can they help the various content creators? And it always depends, on the content that you're creating. Today, specifically, we're going to talk about podcasts because podcasts are hot. Listen, people have discovered in the year 2018 that podcasts, people listen to audio and people learn stuff through audio and people like audio an awful lot. Video's great when you're trying to connect with somebody. But when you've already made that connection, I know a lot of people will watch my show, put it on in the background. Just because, the audio kind of keeps them going. People listen to podcasts when they're doing laundry, when they are working, when they're working out, when they're in their cars. People listen to podcasts when they want to connect with something, but their eyeballs are somewhere else. And my friends, there's just no better time than now. This was all over social media marketing world. Kim Boltzmann said so I know that it's true. And in podcasts, it's a great time to get into that. So if you're considering one, or if you already have one, here's why you could consider adding a messenger bot to that. So, one, this is so you can engage your listeners in the other 167 hours a week that you are not broadcasting. So, it's that 1 hour a week, and maybe your podcast is a little bit more often or, less time or more time or whatever, but most of the time it's 1 hour a week for most people. So there's a lot of time in between that you can use to engage your audience when you're not broadcasting. Now, you can use that time to do a lot of things. Of course, give people that 15-minute reminder before the show. Hey, we're going, we're going to be, broadcasting, catch this, it just published, whatever. That sort of, hey, I've got something for you to look at, and putting it right in Facebook Messenger. Listen, it's all about not making somebody go to another place. It's all about making it dead easy to consume your content. Kim says, great topic. Thank you, Kim. Check out Kim, cupofcontent.com. She's amazing. She's an amazing social media person. And she told me a lot of what I know about podcasts. Anyway, Aaron, hello. Super excited to hear what you're talking about. Thank you so much. I watched your show earlier. You're magnificent. We need to chat sometime. So first reason why to use a messenger bot together with your podcast is so that you can engage your listeners all the time that you're not podcasting. You can, and we'll get into this in a minute, ask them questions about the show. You can do a little research on how your show is affecting people. You can start a conversation with somebody. There are so many ways to connect in a bot that you don't necessarily have when you're just broadcasting. Second reason, and this is probably more important than the first one, is so you can stand out among other podcasters. Listen, there is a sea of podcasters out there. There's a whole lot of people. And if you can connect with people, build your tribe in a way that connects with people a little bit differently, then that makes you just that much more special. That makes you just that much more accessible as a podcaster. And that can build your tribe really quickly. So, don't just broadcast at people. And I talk about this all the time on my live streams, on every place that I'm at. Don't just broadcast, connect. build community, give some value to somebody. People are absolutely hurting for a human connection. You can do this through Facebook Messenger bots. Now, I know that I just said, build a human connection through a bot. I know I just said that, and I know it's cognitive dissonance, but hear me out. The only automatic part of a bot is how it's delivered. Everything else is you. You write the messages. You decide when everything is delivered and how everything is done. You put your own personality, your conversational style in there, and your brand. And it is a really surprising human connection. It's surprising. Teresa says, just started a podcast, very interested in this idea. Oh, fantastic. Teresa is someone that I know, friend of mine, starting a, you're in education, and using this to connect with your listeners beyond just, because it's a very passive experience, is just listening to something. And always at every podcast, right, there's the call to action. Go visit me on blah, blah, blah.com. Go here, do this, sign up for this. Ways that people try to engage with their audience further. But what if you just offered them this? What if you said, here, this is the URL for my bot. Here's a way to connect with me personally. Here's a way that you can ask questions in a one-on-one private environment. Here's an opportunity for you to connect with me. You can get subscribed to all my news and updates. You can connect with me. You can take my free mini course, whatever it is. Make that a hub of how people can connect with you. Messenger is powerful. Facebook has spent a lot of time building this brand, yo. Facebook has spent a lot of time helping you build trust with that little icon, the blue bubble and the white lightning strike. They are wanting people to be able to talk to people and businesses they care about. Okay. So if they care about your podcast, then they'll care to hear from you. They already want to be connected. This is a very direct way, to connect with people. Aaron says, love this. Hey, love you. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. So build community and connect. So how to do this, right? There are in ManyChat, that's the platform that I use pretty exclusively with my clients. It is easier to build on than many of the other platforms, which can be confusing and you need a tech degree. And I have one, but maybe you don't. Most people don't. Most people aren't geeks to that degree, okay? ManyChat is more accessible than any other platform. And ManyChat has tools where people can connect with your bot. One of the biggest things you can do if you're running a podcast or thinking about running a podcast, buy the URL, by which I mean buy the .com buy the .com of your broadcast anyway, just to make sure that nobody else gets it. But also buy a .com and connect it to your bot. Point it to your bot so that when people are listening and they're folding their laundry, say I have a podcast, then I'm going to say at the end of my broadcast, hey, go to checkoutmybot.com. There you'll be able to subscribe to my news and updates, ask me a question about bots, and just generally connect with me. See how easy that is? People will giggle a little bit because checkoutmybot.com. I know, right? I did that on purpose. Totally did that on purpose. But people will be able to remember that. And especially if they listen to 2 or 3 episodes in a row. Hey, if I ever want to check her out, checkoutmybot.com. It's not my website. My website's perfect. It's awesome. I love it. It's a one-way communication, babies. Bots are a two-way communication. So set that up. If you're interested in setting that up for people, let me know. We can connect and talk about it. By the way, does all this same advice hold true for live streamers? Oh, you know that it does. It absolutely does. It is a little different for live streamers. Live streamers can give you the 15-minute warning that you're going to get online. By the way, if you'd never like to miss another show or if you'd always like to make this show, do type live in the comments. Type live in the comments, and then my Facebook Messenger bot, Spinning Dragon, will start talking to you. You also have to, type the word yay in. Facebook requires that you kind of type more than one thing in to be able to join the stuff. It's Facebook's rules. We're playing on their playground, babies. So if you never want to miss another one of these shows, you can absolutely get onto my bot and get onto the subscriber, which you just get a little 15-minute warning that I'm going to go live. So in some small ways, Jenny, of course, you are telling people, hey, I've dropped a show. Here's the link to it. It's harder to join live, but that's okay. That's not necessarily a need. So hello, Stephen Healy. Hello. I hope the sun is apparently shining in Wiltshire, where you're from today, because I got that message when you went live. I'm so glad. You know what? There's a giant ball of gas in the sky today in Omaha too, and it's been shining, and I'm not quite sure what it is because we haven't seen it in months, but I'm going to identify it and I'll let you know what it is later on. Anyway, I digress. So again, don't just broadcast. If you're thinking about getting a podcast going, think about who your people are. Think about who you're talking to. Think about whose problems you are solving, and don't just broadcast to them. Connect to them. It's, the famous people can do this. They can just broadcast and do the thing, and people will eat it up, and that's wonderful. Most of us don't start out with an audience of, 500,000 or whatever. Most of us start from the beginning. Most of us start from scratch. Start by intentionally building a community and keeping it fed, and you will win. So types of things that you can do to engage your audience the other 167 hours that you are not broadcasting. Ask questions and give feedback on your show. Are you enjoying the show? What kinds of topics would you like me to cover? What's the best topic I've covered in the past? What can I do better? All of that market research stuff, right? All of that, I really wish I knew what people were thinking. You can ask in a bot and people will answer you. They won't answer you on a public Facebook post. They won't answer you necessarily sometimes in a group. Sometimes people are just shy about answering, and sometimes people are just too busy to answer. You know how to solve that? Solve it with Facebook Messenger. Put it right in their hand. All they have to do is click a button, type a few words, and they've given feedback to a podcast they care about. If you make it easy for people, this thing is going to get done. If you make it easy for people to, do what you're asking them to do, then it gets done. Facebook Messenger puts it right in front of their eyeballs. And that's priceless real estate, my friend. We have got so much information floating at us every single day from every single direction. It's great, but it's also terrible at the same time because we start to filter out, don't we? I know I do. The people that I care about, though, I hit up on an absolutely regular basis. And for me, messenger bots have built my tribe in a much more solid way where I feel connected with people. It's not just numbers, right? It's not just, this is how many people are in my group. Great. How is that paying your rent, though? You know what I'm saying? When it's just a number, it's a failure to connect. When it's a person behind that number, when you're talking to somebody, when you get behind the microphone, you're going to be a lot more successful. Chad McLaurin, what if we prefer talking to bots because people are a crushing disappointment to us? Can we just botify everything? Chad, I'm going to say that fast forward about 20 years in the future, I myself cannot botsify everything. I only botsify. I botsify in a very specific space. But thank you so much for that question. That's really a thought provoker. Love it. Let's see, Stephen Healy. Many of us are conditioned to respond to Messenger quickly. Yep. And why? Why do we answer that but check our email 25 times a day just to ignore most of what's in our inbox. You know what I mean? There's a big difference there. And that's that so many good things have come to me in Messenger just today. Listen, if you have not seen the Vagiode, which is now trademark, it was a cake maker somewhere in America. Kim Boltzmann sent me this morning, and I just about died. There was a cake made that looked like a geode, but also looked like something else. And the comments in that thread and the comments that the baker made back about this particular situation had me in tears in the middle of the night. I had to get out of bed because I was afraid that if I giggled too much, I would wake my wife up. So that's I'll have to link you guys in the comments because it is amazing. Anyway, because it's right there, we know a person is waiting. We know that someone is waiting. With a bot, people don't necessarily think that someone is waiting. But here's what they know. They know that a person is going to go back and read that later and perhaps give a response. And so that's what's important. That's what's important. The connection, the taking that conversation off of the bot. You know, a bot is a start, my friends. A bot is a starting line. Take it through to the finish. Take it through to the conversation. Take it through to a real live face-to-face. Well, and when I say real live, I also mean virtual, because I work everywhere. So, and so do you probably. So, yeah, Kim, it's hysterical. If you can throw that in the comments for me, I would be so grateful because people need a laugh. People need a laugh, and that is a really great thing. Jenny says, I'm catching up on comments. You stole that ball of gas from my neck of the woods. Cold and overcast in LA, unacceptable. It's been that way here since January. Winter's icy fingers have been holding us in a grip here in Omaha. It has not been fun. Okay, perfect. So that is, so asking questions and getting feedback on your show. Asking questions. Babies, 4 or 5 words long is a question. This doesn't take long to write. This doesn't take, hours to construct the perfect. No. Simple questions. Not bugging people, not contacting people. I contact my people that are in my bot, once, twice a week, maybe. I don't overdo it, but I do carry on a conversation with them. So, you're already asking for this feedback, by the way. You're probably already asking for this feedback. If you've got a podcast, if you've got a live stream, you're probably already saying, hey, if you want to see a certain topic on the show, type it in the comments. If you want to see me doing something different or, blah, 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 type it in the comments. It's just that most people are shy or busy. And if you can solve both of those problems by putting that message in a messenger bot out to your people. Even if they don't care to answer the question, they'll still see it. And they'll still know that you care enough to engage with them on a one-to-one basis. Ain't that the deal? Isn't that the goal that we're all looking for? Is to be seen, be cared about. And when you present that opportunity to people, even if they don't take you up on it, they'll remember you. They'll remember you. And that's what we do. We build an audience one by one. We connect and stay close with that audience, and we serve them when we provide value, and our audience grows in return. So very good. That is about all I've got going on today, my friends. For those of you who are new here, I go live on Tuesday and Thursday, right here on the Black Belt Bots page, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'm also best friends with Alexa. And if you're best friends with her too, you can find the bot signal on Alexa. Yeah, you can. I'm all for voice lately. So it's good. It's live as of today. So do pop on there and give it a listen and let me know what you think. And if you'd like to connect with me, I have made it super easy for you. Go to checkoutmybot.com. Get involved in there, get connected with me in there, ask me about bots, do this thing. Even if you just want to find out the information, I will spend time with you. I will spend 30 minutes with you and get to know you and what you need and make a recommendation on what the next step might be for you. I will do this. It's no charge and it's no problem. Why? I feel that passionate about bots. I talk to enough people, and people do occasionally want to hire me to do some things and talk on their shows and do all of these other things. I just want to spread the word. I want to spread the word that conversation marketing is here and fake marketing is out the door. I'm done. Are you done? I'm done. Conversation marketing is altogether different. It's all about connection. It's all about creating that conversation. So let's do it. Let's do that one conversation at a time. And again, if you never want to miss another broadcast, just type live in the comments and my bot Spinning Dragon will take care of you. That is all I have for today. Next week's topics are going to be amazing, stupendous, and will blow your mind. So do tune in. And with that, my friends, I will see you in a bot.